I'm Leon Taylor McNairy now. We've been meeting the candidates. Here we have Mr. Allison with us today right now, and he's the fourth of the four candidates that is running for the Assessor of Properties here in McNairy County. Thank you, Allison, for coming by.
Yes, sir.
And letting us meet you, and certainly we appreciate you taking the time out your schedule to come by.
Sure.
Well, to start off, same thing I'll ask each other candidates. First of all, what's your political affiliation, if any?
Yes, sir, Mr. Taylor, and I appreciate you having us, appreciate you, providing this service to the community. My political affiliation is just as I'm running under. It's independently. That's just the way I've been, for a number of years now. That's the way I believe. It's not necessary to associate with, a given party. It's just the right thing to do, to listen to the candidates, each candidate, make your decision based on the person themselves, the candidate, who they are, what you believe they will do, and who you believe is best suited for the job. That's the way.
And most have said basically somewhat the same thing, especially with a local. We all live here in the same county,
Right.
And certainly but we just, but I just thought it would be appropriate to ask the question because for some people would want to know,
Absolutely.
as well as myself. I would like to know, as well.
Yes.
But tell us who was that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's a good question. Well, I am Mark Allison. I'm a lifelong McNairy County, born and raised here. Went to high school in McNairy Central. I began, work at the age of 16, and then worked through high school. After that, I made use of the UT Martin Selmer Extension Center. I went there for 2 years to cover my basics in education, working while going to school, mostly at night. Some day classes, but mostly at night.
What's your major? What was your
Business administration.
All right.
Yes, sir. And I then went to UT Martin campus and completed my bachelor's in business administration.
Okay.
So I did get that taken care of, and then after that I came back. I moved to Memphis just briefly to acquire a position with the law office, which gave me some more experience to come back and then take the position that I did here. And so that's a short look into what I've done. I've came back and then been a office manager at the Norton Law Office here in Selmer, Tennessee, and with my education, and that has been my position ever since.
Oh, great. Well, let me ask you this. I know you know what do you feel with your educational experience that makes you a better candidate for this position that you are running for as assessor of property?
Yes, sir, I do.
And why?
I feel that plays into it with the business administration degree, just because it was a bachelor's degree in business management, business administration that learns policy, procedures, and practices of running a business, an office, in this case, an elected government office, but efficiently and effectively, courteously, and things like that.
Okay. I've been hearing that all. And I've been stressing the courteous.
Yes, sir.
As matter of fact, I've heard it from just every candidate. So I do believe McNairy County, and I do believe that whoever is put into this office, that the McNairy County citizens is going to be expecting some real courtesy.
I agree.
I
agree. There will be courtesy. I think the one thing that would, somewhat set me apart would be the bachelor's in business administration. That might be some difference that might set me apart just a little bit. Yes, sir.
A little more qualified
I certainly hope so and think so. And then as well, that a proven track record of, going on, more than 7 years of management experience.
Okay, so you got management experience. So, well, what are one of the more pressing things that you might see, issues with concerning this office, the assessor's office, that would, I'm trying to word it right, that you foresee right now, that you think is a pressing issue for the.
Right,
for the
right.
assessor?
That's a good question. In order to address any issue like that with any office, any business, any elected office, such as the assessor's office,
Mhm.
I think that a person first wants to, get in the office and then take control and take a look inside the office first to make sure everyone, understands their jobs and their tasks, job descriptions and things like that. We have to make sure that the office is working as a whole together, and then, after that, we're gonna go out and address issues, whatever those are. So, let's look within first, let's have a meeting and discuss job descriptions, make sure everyone is time on task and understands their role, and then we can look into the issues, and those issues, may be anything from, if people have questions about their assessment, we certainly want to be accommodating to them. We want to make sure that we do assessments and records, we want to record transactions correctly and things like that. So those would be, just the issues at hand, are the most pressing in this particular area, I think.
And I know people are concerned, especially with the assessor's, office, that of the degree of fairness.
Yes, sir.
And then what about training, for as, the employees up on the, where you elected, I mean, you feel that that's, importance to get additional, to make sure everybody that's in the field and that's holding office is get trained, they're adequately doing their job?
Properly, yes, absolutely. That is a vital part of it, because everyone needs to be, trained and like you said, experienced to exactly what they need to be doing. If not, then you're not experiencing a true time on task. If people don't understand what their position is and things like that, then we're gonna create waste. And that never makes, for efficiency, waste of it. And certainly not going in and having a talk about that. That might be called haste, and, haste makes waste. So you certainly don't want to just let things go. You wanna just, acknowledge and get everybody on the same page.
Okay, well, I just wanted to, well, I guess that would be considered your first priority, then pretty much just kind of set things in order.
I think so. I really do. I think so. I think, if elected and hopefully elected to assessor of property, to go in and have a talk with the office staff, because that's who's going to help create, and take care of the tasks ahead of us. That will be the team and the people that you work with, and as a team to carry out the duties of the assessors of properties office, and make sure that everyone understands exactly, that we are focused on the same goal and able to move forward effectively and efficiently.
Well, what about those, of course, I mean, and you ain't gonna satisfy everybody on no job, but, how do you see that? I also heard fairness come up in the conversation I've had today, that people, and I know as a citizen, I would, in other words, the fairness and then the tax assessor does have some discretion.
Yes, sir.
And that's within the position.
It
In the position, there's some discretion, and can everybody expect fairness when it comes to discretion? And, you're not breaking, but there's just certain discretion. You understand what I'm saying? And I've heard that, I've talked about it the last couple of times, but I know everybody's concerned about that you use a fairness in your discretion.
Sure.
Do you think you fit that bill?
I do. I think I would certainly be on board with that. Number one, this is the community, the county that that I choose to live in and represent as hopefully a elected you know.
And most of us don't, yeah.
Sure, so, you know, there will be answers, you know, I will have to answer for, you know, the way I conduct business.
Yeah.
If elected assessor, hopefully, and I will be able to be located at the assessor's office, so, you will certainly wanna do that, and it's the right thing to do. And we certainly want to conduct business effectively and fairly across the board. I don't, you know, with any discrepancies or anything that comes back on, you know, me could be, like you said, it, you know, it's a, you know, might be considered a blemish on a record. So, I'm certain, I'm not gonna be perfect, I'm certain of that.
No,
But I will, you know, I will try my best to be, fairly.
You can be fair.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be perfect, but you can be fair.
You can be fair.
Well,
That's right.
right.
And that comes from, you know, that comes from education as well as experience. You know, like I spoke about my experience with property, makes me hopefully certainly lined up to be able to take this and understand the fairness of the property and in our county.
Yeah, well, I think that's what people will look for, but I certainly thank you. I think, and I'm wishing luck. Y'all would mess me up more so than anything, Mr. Mark.
Yes.
Because I'm undecided, and I'm still undecided, because all of y'all bring something to the table.
Well, I can certainly understand that.
You know, and I'm sure the others, but I guess somebody's got to do the job.
You're right.
And I wish luck, but but I'm getting ready. I'm gonna have to cast a vote somewhere, and I tell you, I think, you know, I think McNairy County, I think we have 4 excellent candidates.
Sure, we're certainly.
That could really do the job.
Absolutely.
I guess it's the ones who gonna get out and get the most folks out the vote and have the most. But whoever gets the job, I hope you're true to the word, and I hope it be a step upward and success instead of, you know, something that you regret, because
yes, sir.
You don't love your job.
Right. Well, you know, that was one thing that I did want to say is to choose to run for this job was because I didn't just choose to run for this job. I already had somewhat of an understanding of it with my education, but a lot with my experience with property thus far. To be able to use that experience that I've gained on my own with dealing with property to help the county and community.
Well, let me ask you, is there anything in that area that you see that the office made thus far that where you could do maybe a better job than what you've seen? Is there any specific thing?
It wouldn't be any. I believe this, that all offices, any office, always has room for improvement.
Yeah.
It may just take someone else taking a look at things, practices, policies, procedures, or something like that. So I certainly hope to bring, you know, perhaps a more efficient process, some things like that. And so I certainly think that, you know, could be doable in the future.
Well, what is the event you run, you get elected, and you run that brick wall? We've been doing it this way. And that's what a lot of young people that come in position, they're ambitious, they want to see change, but they sometimes they make with a brick wall. Are you think you equipped to deal with that, if that will be the case?
I think so. The reason I think so is with doing the job that I've done for 7 years now, and that is working in a law office, being an office manager of a law office. At some points, that job has been just that. Hectic at times, running into a brick wall. The thing about that comes with a lot of jobs, especially in important management positions, to where you have to make decisions on a daily basis that are going to influence some things. And if you do run into that, and more than likely you're going to, especially with a position such as this, you may need to, you know, stop, you know, readjust, think for just a minute, and then look and see, you know, how to move forward from that. And I think I would be set up well to do that with, you know, education and experience that, you know, after having ran into the wall, be able to go and adjust from there.
So without a doubt, you feel you have the education experience to make McNairy County a good assessor of property.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I did. That's my communication. I certainly hope that.
Well, Mark, it's glad to meet you.
You too.
Wish you, hope you much luck.
Thank
And
you.
like I said, y'all have confused it even worse for me, because I think McNairy County, we have 5 candidates that I've talked with today, and, so, but you know what the rule is. What makes a candidate becomes the official is when you go into the ballot.
That's correct.
And you cast the vote, and I'm sure each one of them has to put your vote and listen.
Yes.
Thank you for taking the time out.
Thank you, and I certainly appreciate your time. I certainly appreciate everyone's time, and especially your support and your vote.